This pick really complicates things for fantasy owners now when it comes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who spend the 19th overall pick on wide receiver Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State. And I love Egbuka. He was my wide receiver 3 in this class. Absolutely love what he can do with the football when it is in his hands. And he is the perfect slot receiver at the NFL level. So you really got to ask yourself a question right now is, whether or not Chris Godwin will be healthy come week 1. Will he be healthy at all? Has he lost a step? Are there concerns about him? Did they not feel great about Jalen McMillan? I don't know. This is definitely an odd pick for me, but let's talk about Egbuka himself. For me, Emeka Egbuka is one of the most mechanically sound wide receivers in this draft class. He's great as a route runner. He's great after he gets the ball in his hands, and you can move him around the formation. The way that he makes defenders absolutely lose where they are at while trying to guard him is one of the best attributes in this draft class for wide receivers. Now, his contested catch ability and his acceleration and top end speed are not going to make him a big play wide receiver, but he is going to be the type of guy that can definitely move inside and work out of the slot. You can move him in motion, you can do some quick handoffs on end arounds to him, and you can move him outside to mess with the defense a little bit. He's not going to be a big play guy like Mike Evans down the field, or maybe even like Jalen McMillan at this point, but he is going to be a guy that is going to do everything right in terms of his mechanics and getting himself open. He's going to be a solid slot receiver at the NFL level with the versatility to move around the formation because of his after the catch ability. He does lack some of that top end speed and the acceleration of other wide receivers in this draft, but it doesn't mean that he can't be just as, if not more successful at the NFL level. But for as good as Egbuka is, we don't really know what this offense is going to look like come the fall. Because as of right now, there are a ton of players there. Because you've got Mike Evans, who's definitely going to be back for another year. You've got Chris Godwin, who they signed to a 2-year deal, but maybe he won't be healthy by the beginning of the year. Maybe they don't feel like he's going to be healthy for a majority of the year. What about Jalen McMillan, a guy that was a breakout candidate at the end of last year? Bringing Chris Godwin back and drafting Egbuka essentially kills any momentum that he had. Not only that, what about Cade Otton? Cade Otton is a guy that has definitely had some up and down performances, but we know he can catch the football. And then you still got Rachaad White there and Bucky Irving. If there's one thing that I definitely know, Baker Mayfield is a top 10 quarterback once again. And with all of these weapons around him, Bucky Irving can easily find himself inside the top 12. But for the wide receivers, it's going to be really hard to rank these guys until we know more about whether or not Chris Godwin will be healthy to begin the season.
Analytics.